Yeah, I got him. Oh, nice.
They're all good. Anyway, take yous around and I'll give yous a look what the place is all about. What's in my front yard. If we're lucky, old mate the freshie will be out on the bank as well. I'll give you a look. Stay there. She knows she can't venture near this water. It's not like the other swimming spots. He just chills. He, she, don't know. Chills out on the bank and he's usually there every morning, and even coming down in Arbo's. He's usually there, but when there's a lot of traffic coming through here, people come out here to have a look around. He'll come back and you won't see him for a day or so, 2 days, and it dies off and there's no one around, and back out there. Nice system. That time we stayed out here for a while, we put the boat in. We used to go right up as far as you can go, where the rocks start again. You can't go any further, but always caught ourselves a feed of barra down that end. Even cherubin in here. Bear in mind we're in WA, so can't use the traps anymore, so no crab pots or your opera house traps and stuff like that. We're even lucky enough, time we were here, we were sitting there and heard this crack, and it reminded me of being back on the Murray River. And widowmakers, them gums, how they just snap a branch and drop, that's what it sounded like. And that time he goes, no, that wasn't a tree. Anyway, we shine the light across the river of the night time, and I've never seen it, like, as many times as I've seen crocs and that, I've never seen, like, we didn't see it take it, but as I shine the torch over, this croc just come up out of the water with this reel in its gob and just going rank with it, as they do, breaking it up. What a sight. Like, wanted to get a camera in that, but it wouldn't have lasted long enough, and I was just, you know, taken away by the moment. So, well, something I'll never forget. That's for sure. And then out of the blue, like, we're looking around, shining the torch in, and see this big black shadow coming from our side of the bank, just up, big deep hole, where we know of a day sometimes it'd come out, chill up on the bank. Never bothered us. Big salty. Anyway, we seen it, same one, underneath the water, going straight over to old mate with the roo. But yeah, never seen nothing after that, no commotion. I thought, it's going to be on. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I said, yeah, it's not often, you know, that's the first time since I've seen something like that, and I've camped around a lot of waters, you know, with crocs in it and that. But yeah, that was something else. Poor roo, but that's life, eh? Circle of life. And it is so good to see it out in the wild. Now, girl's waiting patiently. I'll go and take you over to the other side. There's another little water section on the other side of camp as well. It's quite nice.
You're always falling asleep late in the night when I think you're listening. I've told you when you're beside me, feels unfamiliar, feels like strangers in the sheets. Well, I know you, at least I do. Keep waking up to to be gone? Is it just me, or do you feel something missing? Feel something missing? I'm honest, like always it's been.
Anyway, yarn time. I've got a few questions that have been asked quite a few times. One is the Starlink, which is satellite Wi-Fi. Two is the little green thing I always have strapped to me, or on the quad, which is Zolio. Three is the shower tent, me hanging shower tent, and Dodge and Crocs. Yeah. Anyway, start off with the Starlink. So I've had it for just before Christmas, so I've had it for probably about 7 months now. Starlink is a satellite Wi-Fi, so satellite internet. If you're working on the road, it really does come in handy. Comes in handy for me because out of about my last 5 spots, I've had to use this. Well, this spot here has got service, but it's touch and go. But yeah, I upload my videos. This is how you're watching this one right now. Look, I know a lot of us like to say, you know, we go away to get away from the internet and stuff like that, which, yeah, fair enough for the kids. But, you know, if something happens and you got to get in contact with emergencies, you wouldn't, you know, you'd be spewing you never had service, especially if a life was lost. So, it comes handy for that. It is good because I am full-time doing it. So I got the RV one, which is, I think it's, what is it, 174 a month or so. I got unlimited data on there. I'm pretty sure it's still unlimited, unless they've capped it, but I've never had a problem with it, and that's with uploading videos and, you know, which takes up a fair bit. But yeah, it's beaut. Probably the only thing, like right now, this would be one of the worst spots I've been in. I don't notice it, say when I'm uploading a video or learning something or watching something or checking my emails or onto my shop. You don't notice it then. The only time I notice it is when I'm on a phone call, because it's like live, you know, you're talking, it's happening right there and then, it's not buffering. It drops in and out purely because I'm right in amongst these trees. It's not really bothering me, it's still working, but it's just the phone calls, they don't really work. It just keeps dropping in and out. And when I'm away from trees, you can have the best phone call ever. It's just handy, it really is. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to have, you know, your Wi-Fi, just turn it off. Be a little bit more controlling with yourself and, you know, not just use it because it's there, I guess, if that's the way you want to look at it. But yeah, I'd rather, if need it, I'd rather be looking at it and looking for it, especially if something's gone wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much her. Would I recommend it? I would. It all depends on the individual, but for myself, I love it, you know, it helps me out a lot. Anyway, so that's Starlink. Next one, this bad boy, Zolio. So I get asked a lot, what's that little green thing sitting on your quad or strapped to your arm and that? Well, this is it. I do have a detailed video on this thing. I won't get right into it, but if you want to watch the full, bit more detailed, I'll show him up on the screen for you. The Zolio is a personal beacon, like it's a two-way satellite communication device. So this thing's handy because you can use it with your phone via the app or just on its own. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, if you have a your Wi-Fi, you know, your Starlink, you won't need something like this. Well, personally, like when you go hiking, you can take this. You can't strap a dish to you and take it. If you're going to go for a run in your car, chances are if you've got a caravan, your main Wi-Fi is set up in your caravan. Fair enough, some people might have it on the car. Well, that's a bonus, but if you don't have nothing on your car, this can be taken out, put in your car. If you go out on a bike, your Fossey can, something like that, this can go on the bike. If you're going out in a boat, this can go on the boat. You know, whatever, if you're going in a plane or whatever, this thing can go anywhere, and that's all you need at the end of the day, that. So this here, you flip it open, hit SOS if it's that much of an emergency, and the best thing is, like I said, you can have this thing pinned right to you, so if I do come off my bike, providing I'm still conscious and stuff like that, I'd rather have this thing with me than trying to scroll around and look for it, you know. It's right there, ready to go. You can use it with a phone via the app, which is brilliant because there's been times, you know, I'll pull up. I'm not going to set up anything like that when I'm on the road for, you know, if I'm pulling up for a night or two. It's just easy to rip this out, get my app out, send a message to whoever I got to send it to. All right, this is where I am, blah, blah, blah. And then away you go, you know. I know you can get your iPhone 14s now with the like satellite phone as well. Personally, I wouldn't go that way. This is my opinion. I wouldn't go that way because I'm bad for losing phones. The batteries on these things are hopeless. No offense to your iPhone, but especially in the heat, if you're up in the heat, you know how quick they die, and even batteries don't like cold weather neither. But in the heat, your phone battery can die real quick. I lose my phones, I'm bad at losing phones. This thing has a little clip, blah, blah, blah. You know, this thing's waterproof. Yeah, your phones, you know, I'd rather not get it wet because, yeah, just stuff that. Even if they do say they're waterproof, but a lot more robust, this thing. I can drop it, not gonna crack my screen. It's just easy to attach to me. Yeah, so that's my opinion. That's why I wouldn't go the satellite phone. And like I said, just the battery on them things, these things, charge this up. The only thing you got to do is just not forget to recharge it, but the battery life on them's that good. It lasts a long time, you know. I even have, so when I am in the quad, I have a portable solar panel. so I can hook it up to it and it'll just trickle charge it, it'll charge it. If you do have Starlink, don't think you wouldn't need one of these, like personally. Like, it's entirely up to you, but like I said, for me it suits me because I like going wandering. I just like being able to grab that, jump in whatever. If I'm going with someone else, I'm going for a trip, you know, camp with the boys that I met and I'm showing me swag in the back of their car, that thing's coming with me. I don't have to rely on anyone else bar myself. So that's that. What else has been asked about? What's next? All right, hanging shower tent. Holy, I get some messages about that thing too. The good news is, we'll start with the bad news. Bad news is the lady who built it, who made them, is retired, happily retired. Because I was getting so many comments and messages, I contacted her and I just let her know, you know, about people contacting me. She goes, I would love to, but I'm actually over now. My shower tent was the last one she made, which is good because I have, you know, I think I contacted, and it's just hard because I don't know where I'm staying and how long I'm staying for, but the wait time for the shower was, I think it was 2 months or something, so she was making them, they were popular, and I can see why. So I pulled out, and I think it wasn't until a year later, got in contact with her again and said, I'm getting one. I knew I was staying in this spot for a long time. Best thing ever. She didn't have none pre-booked, so she can make it for me straight away. So I'm very happy with that. I'm sure if you went and asked your local upholsterist, they'd make you one up. So I'll give you the measurements and I'll give you an idea what this thing's got. So it is roughly 1 metre squared at the bottom. It has a steel frame to hold its shape, just tube, like steel tube. If you want to go lighter, I'd just get a alley one made up. That'll take a lot of the weight away. So it's 1 metre squared down the bottom, up top tapers in the slightest bit, and it goes to about 900 squared up top. Same thing, it's got a steel frame in the top of it as well to hold its shape. And then overall height, it's 2 metres high, and it peaks in the centre because that's where it hangs from. But yeah, it's got a mesh on the floor, so sand can go through. I use it as my toilet and shower. Nice windows at the top. It's all Velcro, the windows. It's got a little spot up top inside so you can hang a shower head if you want. You can really build it how you want it. And I've had it now, I think, when did I get that? Probably 2 years now I think I've had that shower tent for, and hasn't missed a beat, and it definitely doesn't look like it's gonna cark it anytime soon. So that's the shower tent. Anyway, final one. I know there's a lot more questions I've been asked, but these ones kept getting asked about quite a bit, so I just wanted to do these ones, and any other questions I'll eventually, you know, go through them and let you know. But next question, another one, a big one I get asked for. This little bitch, Dodge, my dog. How do I go about with her and Crocs? Well, because she does love swimming. A lot of people know she loves to swim. She loves the water. Now, I don't know, I think I've been really lucky. So, Spook, my dog before her, she was the same. She just, I don't know, I really don't know. I'm hard on them, definitely hard. I'd rather be hard on them than think, oh well, that was an accident, you know, couldn't help that, because chances are you could help it. Like I said, they love their swimming. How do you teach a dog, all right, it's okay to swim here, but now you're getting growled on, you can't go there. You know, it definitely would be confusing, but I have definitely been blessed with them. She knows, like just like Spook did, she knows I'll go down. She knows where she can swim. She knows if I say no, don't go, she definitely won't go. She'll stop. As I'm walking out to the water, she'll stop. This is providing, if I tell her to stay here, she'll stay at camp. Then I can go do what I got to do. But when I say, you want to come for a, I don't want to say it because she'll get all excited. But when I say, you want to come for a walk, then she'll follow me, but she'll stop. I'll look back, I'll say, you're right, come on. She'll come again. But when I get so close to the water's edge, I always keep her back, a long way back. And I just say, stay there, and she'll sit there. Won't move. I'll go down, do what I got to do, come back, and then she's happy as Larry again. I really don't know, I just, yeah, and I really just do think she understands, I guess. I couldn't tell you. Of course I worry about snakes, you know. Obviously crocs, but more snakes than anything, but I rely on her nose for snakes because she's got a pretty good nose on her, and that's half of our problem. Like when we do go close to waters like this, we know what's in there, so a lot of people will be too busy focused on the water edge, not realising where they're stepping, and chances are probably snake's going to get you before a croc does. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's probably more snakes. And yep, baits, you know, stuff like that. I don't like her just wandering. I know she's a dog, they wander, but I'd rather her not just take off. Simple fact, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to her, and I like it when she stays in her camp. She just chills out here. We go for walks, so she'll go for a wander as well. Sometimes she can't come, sometimes she's got to stay at camp, but I guarantee you she lives the high life, and yeah. Yes, so she's just a bloody brilliant dog. But anyway, hopefully that answers a few questions, and yeah, any other questions, just drop them in the comments. Like I said, I know there's a few that I wouldn't have got, but I will get back to them. I will eventually go through them all, but I still got to, you know, go fishing and stuff like that. I think we might have a couple of cold ones today and just chill out around the fire. Might have to go and get a bit more firewood soon. Yeah.